The 4 universal human needs. What makes us flourish? When we humans have satisfied our basic needs, such as food, home and steady work, there are a number of goals that we try to achieve. Find out more about them here. There are a number of universal needs that motivate us to achieve self-actualization. Once the fundamental aspects that guarantee our existence are covered, there is an engine that continues to motivate us. It consists of the desire to continue to grow, flourish and reach higher levels of well-being and happiness. Although Abraham Maslow put forth his now classic theory of human motivation, little more progress has now been made in understanding this factor. In fact, psychology has been dealing with the area for decades. For example, we now know that factors such as social connectedness or having good control over what surrounds us are crucial to achieving satisfaction. If you are currently feeling rather lost, this topic will help you. Life is an ongoing process where you choose between safety, based on fear, and the need for defense, and risk, for the sake of progress and growth. Make the choice to grow a dozen times a day. Abraham Maslow. The universal needs that make us flourish. In order to live and develop, in harmony and contentment, it is not enough just to cover our basic needs. When we have security and nourishment, our minds crave more dimensions. It was the greatest exponent of humanistic psychology, Abraham Maslow, who, with his classic studies of the theory of human motivation, pointed out that we are biologically programmed to continue developing. When we have achieved good physical well-being, we therefore look to the second step of the pyramid to grow as people in self-realization. Universal needs are motivating driving forces that promote flourishing and self-development. It is a concept that also interests positive psychology. The University of California, USA, has conducted research in this area. They argued that human flourishing goes beyond having good physical and mental health. It involves achieving satisfaction with life, having a purpose, and enjoying good social relationships. These inspiring spheres are summarized in 4 dimensions that we will analyze. 1. Meaning or purpose, universal human needs. Knowing what gives us meaning and significance allows us to build more meaningful lives. But many people navigate their daily lives without clarifying their purpose. This happens because they get carried away by inertia, routine, and even paths dictated by others. Eventually, feelings of discomfort, existential emptiness, and discouragement arise. Research conducted by Erasmus University, Netherlands, claims that modern life can be distracting and that we need to know how to define our purpose in life. It suggests that we reflect on the following areas. Assess what our ideal future would be like. Discover our values and passions. Thinking about our current and future social life. Reflect on what we are good at. Reflect on our goals for tomorrow. How can it help you? Among the universal needs to flourish as human beings, it is important to clarify the meaning of life. It guides every action, decision, like a compass. It reminds you where north is and which roads are best to avoid. Without a purpose, you feel lost. It affects your mental health. As humans, we all need to grow and realize ourselves. It makes us feel proud of who we are and what we have. 2. Need for control, one of the universal human needs. What can we control in our lives? The second universal need is the motivation to control as many aspects of reality as possible. This dimension has been described by psychologist Susan Fiske in her Bucket Needs model, which is highlighted in her study published in the journal Motivated Social Perception. Happiness starts from this base, from knowing what we can control and what we cannot. We can control our emotions and thoughts. We are responsible for how we react to things. We control the decisions we make and the paths we choose to take. We cannot dominate fate or social events. We are unable to control the opinions of others. We cannot control what other people do, decide, or think. How can it help you? Although you realize that wanting to control everything in this life causes suffering, consider one aspect. By specifying what is out of your hands, but knowing what areas you have control over, you convey your feelings of well-being. It prevents you from falling victim to states like learned helplessness, believing that no matter what you do, it won't change anything. 3. Feeling of competence. What are we good at? The third universal need involves the need to feel fulfilled, which means enjoying self-efficacy. Being proud of our worth, talent and potential does not mean we are arrogant or narcissistic. In fact, it is this quality that makes us feel valuable, achieve our goals and grow, both professionally and personally. This is what we should do if we want to develop a sense of competence. Learn from others and be inspired. Stop comparing ourselves to others. To be proud of what we achieve. Work on and train what we enjoy and are good at. Focus on our talents and set achievable goals. Be constant. Furthermore, we must be aware of our mistakes and work on them. How can it help you? A good sense of competence strengthens your self-esteem and the vision you have of yourself. It acts as a catalyst that allows you to conquer your dreams and build yourself as a person, recognizing that you are valuable and can achieve what you set your mind to. 4. Connection. Emotional connection forms the backbone of our universal needs. It is the foundation that is always present at every stage of our development and evolution as humans. After all, we are social beings who form bonds to feel safe, content and happy. Connection means that we build our own tribes, networks of people we love and who love us. Knowing how to bond means knowing how relationships work, with care, respect, reciprocity and good communication. Those who master the art of connecting always have time for their friends, partners, children, parents, etc. How can it help you? Human connection is the golden thread that creates authentic well-being and daily support. Without this pillar, without this universal need, you feel alone and lost. Positive and humanistic psychology has always offered resources that enhance our essential capacities for happiness, self-actualization, and well-being. It conveys your well-being to work with your universal needs. Abraham Maslow argued that we possess an instinctive drive to conquer these universal needs. It is as if there is a biological mechanism that pushes us to move from one step to another in his famous pyramid. But not everyone works to achieve these dimensions. If you don't, feelings of discomfort and frustration will arise and you will begin to suffer. Besides, modern life sometimes takes you away from what you really long for. It can mean that you don't listen to yourself or pay more attention to external noise than to your inner voice. Therefore, we must all listen more to each other and spend less time running. We have to tune into what is inside ourselves, and disconnect a little from technology, external pressure and the demands of others. After all, we are beings with needs that we must fulfill. So if you're not clarifying your purpose or working on what you can control, or if your social relationships are lacking, it's time to make some changes. Your psychological health will thank you.